Okay, so it's ready. Hare Krishna, devotees. Good morning to you. Everybody together, please write Hare Krishna. Alright, Hare Krishna everybody, please write Hare Krishna. Say Hari Bol. So we can know who's here, who's watching with us. Don't be shy. Alright.
Can I take your phone back?
Yes, of course. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
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 Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Jana
Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarajana
Yashodanandana Vrajajanarajana
Yamuna Tira
Yamunachari Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamunachira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanarajana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarajana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Radharari, Vallabha Radharari, Yashodhana Dana Vraja Jana Rangana, Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Rangana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Tira Vanachari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya Satala Sadasi Srimad Divine Grace. Hey, Sivasti Granta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Now Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya Satala Sadasi Srimad Divine Grace. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ram Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Sari Guru Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dhama Ki Jai. Mathura Dhama Ki Jai. Navadvip Dhama Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dhama Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Harinama Sankirtan Yaga Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nittai Gaura Premanande Adi Go. All glories to the Samadvaris. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Samadvaris. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Samadvaris. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Shri
Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nam Om Vishnu Panaya Krishna Vishtai Gaur Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Hare Krishna. Everybody, please write Hare Krishna to the comment section. Don't be shy under any circumstances. And someone has lost the bookmark. Who was giving class yesterday? Okay, so Maitreya should be chastised heavily.
I think it was 39. Anybody remember the shloka? No. I think it was 39.
Mm-hmm. 39. He did 39?
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Rudra Prakash Prabhu. Gabriela. Okay, Peter Krishna is keeping track. 40. Okay, thank you, Peter. And Hare Krishna to you as well. Ganesha Ganapati, Hare Krishna. Tony, Hare Krishna, Tony. Oops. Hare Krishna, can you hear me? Hare Krishna, Peter, Tony, Bronwyn, Neil Prabhu, Michelle Williams, Doris. Oh, YouTube, I see here. Also. Frank is back. Hare Krishna, Frank.
Rajesh Vari Devidasi says Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Rajeshwari.
Historian. Leslie Sussman, Wolf Spirit, Morgan Prabhu.
Morgan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Okay. So reading from the Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 14, Text 40. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Praninam Anyamananam Mananam Ninanam Akatagasam Strinam nigrahyamananam
Srinam Nityamananam
Kopiteshu Mahatmasu
Kapiteshu Mahatmasu Praninam Hanyamananam
Praninamanyamananam
Dinanamakatagasam
Dinanamakatagasam
Srinam Nityamananam
Strinam nigrahyamananam
Kapiteshu Mahatmasu
Kopiteshu Mahatmasu. Oh, okay. Praninam,
Praninam
when the living entities,
and the living entities
Hanyamananam,
Hanyamananam
being killed,
being killed
Dinanam,
Dinanam
of the poor,
of the poor
Akrita Agasam,
Krita-agasam
of the faultless,
of the faultless
Strinam,
Srinam
of the women,
of the women
Nigrahyamananam,
Nityamananam
being tortured,
being tortured
Kopiteshu,
Kapiteshu
being enraged,
being enraged
Mahatmasu,
Mahatmasu
when the great souls,
and the great souls
translation, they will kill poor, faultless living entities, torture women, and enrage the great souls. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Demoniac activities are predominant when innocent, faultless living entities are killed, women are tortured, and the great souls engaged in Krishna consciousness are enraged. In a demonic society, innocent animals are killed to satisfy the tongue, and women are tortured by unnecessary sexual indulgence. Where there are women and meat, there must be liquor and sex indulgence. When these are prominent in society, by God's grace, one can expect a change in the social order by the Lord Himself or by His bona fide representative. Tada Vishveshvara Krudo
Tada Vishveshvara Krudo
Bhagavalloka Bhavanaha
Bhagavaloka Bhavanaha
Hanisyati Avatiryasau
Hanesyati Agatirasau
Yatadrina Shataparvadrik
Yadadrin Sataparvatrik
Tada,
Tada
at that time,
at that time
Vishvaishvara,
Vishveshvaraha
the Lord of the universe,
the Lord of the universe
Krudaha,
Krudaha
in great anger,
in great anger
Bhagavan,
Bhagavan
the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead
Lokabhavanaha,
Loka Bhavanaha
desiring the welfare of the people in general,
desiring the welfare of the people in general
Hanishyati,
Hanishati
will kill,
will kill
Avatirya,
Avatirya
descending himself,
descending himself
Asau,
Asa
he, Yata,
Yata
as if,
as if
Adrin,
Atrin
the mountains,
mountains
Shataparvadrik,
Shataparvatrik
the controller of the thunderbolt, Indra.
the controller of the thunderbolt Indra.
Translation. At that time, the Lord of the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the well-wisher of all living entities, will descend and kill them, just as Indra smashes the mountains with his thunderbolts. Purport by His Divine Grace. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord descends as an incarnation to deliver the devotees and kill the miscreants. The Lord of the universe and of everything would appear to kill the sons of Diti because of their offending the devotees of the Lord. There are many agents of the Lord such as Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Goddess Durga and Kali who can chastise any formidable miscreants in the world. The example of mountains being smashed by a thunderbolt is very appropriate. The mountain is considered the most strongly built body within the universe. Yet it can be easily smashed by the arrangement of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not need to descend in order to kill any strongly built body. He comes down just for the sake of His devotees. Everyone is subject to the miseries offered by material nature, but because the activities of miscreants, such as killing innocent people and animals or torturing women, are harmful to everyone and are therefore a source of pain for the devotees, the Lord comes down. He descends only to give relief to his ardent devotees. The killing of the miscreant by the Lord is also mercy of the Lord towards the miscreant, although apparently the Lord takes the side of the devotee. Since the Lord is absolute, there is no difference between his activities of killing the miscreants and favoring the devotees. Om Agyantirinandasya Jnanajana Shalakayam Chakshunan Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master is divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto his lotus feet, Jai Shri Prabhupada. So, Kashyapa Muni, he was a very learned sage, and he could predict the future. This is what happens when we study the Shastra analytically, then we can see things that ordinary people don't see. Because of this illicit sex indulgence Diti was guilty of, it was not very difficult to predict that the children born from this unholy communion would be demons, Rakshasas. So Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they're considered to be the greatest demons in the history of mankind. And they have created so many atrocities. Demons, they're very fond of torturing the devotees. Provoking, torturing. Because this is their way how they want to erase the idea of God. Srila Prabhupada said that before we make a temple, because in Mayapur, when Prabhupada started the temple there was only a hut, small hut. And before they installed the deity, Srila Prabhupada, he told his disciples to build houses for the devotees. And this created kind of like a ripple effect. And people in India, they started criticizing that, oh, we're supporting this temple construction, but Bhaktivedanta Swami is constructing living quarters instead of constructing a temple. So Srila Prabhupada answered, he said, no, before Krishna comes, I have to bring devotees first. Because Krishna is incomplete without his devotees. Sometimes that happens. That the devotees, they want to make a temple and they buy some very expensive deity in India, and then they bring it and then they start the worship, but they cannot sustain the worship and they give up and make offenses. So it should not be done like that. First of all, there should be devotees converted That is why preaching is there. We must go and mix with the non-devotee class of men, and by forceful preaching, strong preaching, we must convert them to devotional service. And then we can establish a temple. The temple is simply meant to sustain our devotional service. Keep it regular. So, devotees are very important. Devotee association, very essential. In devotee association, there is Krishna consciousness. And if we avoid devotee association, then there is none. So, demons, for this reason, they want to wipe out the devotees from the surface of the earth. They become very agitated when the devotees are establishing their temples and their preaching. We have faced so many disturbances throughout our bliss preaching. Even devotees on the street, when distributing books, they're being harassed, attacked, insulted. So, in the same way, these demons, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, that would attack the devotees. Prahlad Maharaj was Hiranyakashipu's son, his own son. And Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill him in so many different ways. Krishna always protected Prahlad Maharaj. So Hiranyakashipu was trying to kill him in different ways. He thought that, I'm gonna outdo Krishna. So this illicit sex life should not be indulged in, because then the result is simply the world is being flooded with demons. It is not a crime to have sex life, but sex life should be done for the propagation, for spreading Krishna conscious children, devotees. That will bring auspiciousness to the world. So everything can be used in Krishna's service. Just like a knife, you can use it to cut someone's throat, or you can use it for cutting sabjis for Krishna, for lunch. The knife is the same in both cases, but the way how you use it, that differs. So not only sex life, but everything, our eating process, our finances, our charity, our culture, our community. Everything should be done for Krishna, not for my own sense gratification. Everything for Krishna. Then we can prevent all these inauspicious things. So anyway, this was also a lila. These Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they were the inhabitants of the spiritual world, Jaya and Vijay. So in one sense, they were not demons, but they acted as demons to give Krishna the pleasure of fighting. In the spiritual world, there's no fight. Nobody wants to fight Krishna because everybody loves Krishna. So when Krishna wants to have a little fun, he comes to this material world and he plays with his devotee. Only a devotee can fight with Krishna and give him that sort of pleasure. No one else is qualified. So his devotees, Jaya Vijay, They have taken these abominable forms just to render this service for Krishna. Yes. Just to give service to Krishna. And Krishna then appeared as both Lord Varaha, who killed Hiranyaksha, and then Hiranyakashipu. They were brothers actually. And Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Nrsingadeva. So Prabhupada, he says, when these are prominent in society, see all these sinful activities, meat eating and therefore animal killing, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication. By God's grace, one can expect a change in the social order by the Lord Himself or by His bona fide representative. So we can think of Srila Prabhupada's case. At that time, the hippie movement was very, very prominent. And in a hippie movement, there are exactly these activities going on. Illicit sex, free love, intoxication, LSD, meat eating, and gambling also. So Srila Prabhupada appeared on the scene just at that time to give people relief from these sinful activities. So on one hand, it is good if there are demons, because then Krishna comes to rectify the situation. And on the other hand, it is very bad because then we have to suffer. Anyone who's indulging in these sinful activities, he must become angry at the devotees at a certain point. It is just like fire and water. Fire and fire, no reaction. Water and water, no reaction. Water and fire, immediately there's a reaction. So those who do not follow the regulative principles, they become inimical to the devotees. That's a fact. So try to come to the platform, give up these simple activities, otherwise you come into conflict with the devotees. Sooner or later. Actually, devotees, they don't want any conflict. They're very compassionate. It is said that one should be soft like a rose and hard like a thunderbolt. One should be hard like a thunderbolt about his own faults. And one should be soft like a rose when it comes to faults of others. Flaws of others. So definitely the regulative principles should be followed, but we should not unnecessarily make people feel guilty. We should encourage them positively. And we should be strict about ourselves. But unfortunately, even the devotees, they have this nice attitude, people become angry because they're controlled by these sinful activities. Just like a person who is addicted to some drug. If you take away his drug, he'll be so angry at you. Very angry. He will turn into a different person. This is the problem with the addictions. One loses all capacity to function in a healthy society. It is simply just like a burden. So don't be like that. Even if you're chastised, even if you're angry, don't offend the devotees. Don't be rascal. Don't insult the devotees. Don't take advantage of the devotees' compassion. Try to practice Krishna consciousness for your own sake. We're all going to die alone, meaning individually. So everybody has to pull his or her weights. If I'm offending devotees, if I'm taking advantage, then there will be a reaction for that. You cannot go on offending and go back to Godhead. There will be a reaction. And if you treat the devotees nicely, even it might not be with realization, but just as a formality. We're learning all these formalities. Every day we chant. The devotees are just like desire trees. They can fulfill all your spiritual desires. So we should always think of the devotees like that. Not to deviate, but to develop more and more love for the devotees. Assist them, help them, protect them, fulfill their desires, whatever they want. It's not at all. Devotees are wish-fulfilling trees. Okay, so I'm just going to take the fruits from these trees and enjoy it nicely. And the idea is that you should also become like that. You should also be a wish-fulfilling tree. Get all your satisfaction from Krishna. If you're not getting satisfaction, then you must adjust your bhajan. Your bhajan is flawed. Because if you practice these regulations strictly and regularly, you will feel complete. You will be completely satisfied with everything. So, if you are satisfied and complete, Purnam, then what else to do in this world than to serve the devotees? Everyone is a devotee. Even a non-devotee is actually a devotee. You don't find this kind of concept in any religion, that the atheist is a theist, non-devotee is a devotee. Only in Krishna consciousness we see that. Everyone is a devotee, but covered by the modes of material nature. So we should serve the devotees, and we should also serve the innocent masses by giving them Krishna consciousness. This is the sum and substance of this movement. And this is how you yourself, you become a pure devotee. You can be a devotee, that's okay. But why not become a pure devotee? Only a pure devotee can go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the process. Follow very strictly, become self-controlled, and then you distribute Krishna consciousness to others. It is very simple. But Maya has so many tricks how to divert us. If you want to play with Krishna, if you want to trick Krishna, Prabhupada says that he has many agents, all these demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Durga, Kali, and they can chastise you on behalf of Krishna severely. It is not for this reason that Krishna descends. He could have killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu in a very easy way. Just giving them heart attack. Something like that. Krishna is all-powerful. But why he appeared as Lord Varaha, Lord Nrsimhadev? To give pleasure to the devotees, so they can meditate on these pastimes and forget all sinful activities. By contemplating Krishna's transcendental pastimes, you become purified. And this process is very natural and easy to perform. We all want to hear about famous big personalities and about their pastimes. So why not hear about the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna? This is why we're holding these classes. This is why Srila Prabhupada wrote all these books. To give us an opportunity to hear about Krishna and become purified. Any questions? Yes.
How do you change your bhajan?
How do you adjust?
Oh yeah.
Well, for example, when you chant Hare Krishna, you should pronounce very clearly the syllables. Many times devotees they're rushing to take prasadam, and then they chant by tripping over the mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare. They're tripping over. You know, you're walking and then you trip over. You don't walk in a straight way. So don't trip over, pronounce all the syllables very clearly. Another way how to improve the bhajan is that while you're reading, try to contemplate the subject matters and try to understand them. Don't read like a robot. You know, just going through the pages, blah, 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 and then, oh, I finished. I have read the Bhagavatam, and then in the association of the devotees, you take great pride. Oh, I have read the Bhagavatam, and you propagate. Or you write on Facebook, oh, I have read the Bhagavatam. That's not necessarily reading. Better you read Bhagavad Gita or a small book, but read it thoroughly and try to understand the subject matter. The deity worship also. Meditate on Krishna. When you worship, when you offer the aratik, meditate on His form. Meditate on the fact that He is here right now with us, non-different. As I was saying before, the devotees, they come, then Krishna comes. So the devotees, they have the ability to evoke Krishna's presence in a deity. So you become a devotee like that also.
Thank you.
Okay, any other? TikTok maybe?
I have a question. How do you, if like you said that we should kind of, we have to die individually and we have to kind of focus on our own Krishna consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that I would be worried that I would then become impersonal and think, well, you just do your thing and you focus on your Krishna consciousness and I'll focus on mine.
No. And it's not like that. We should become sincere in a sense that we should not render service as chores. So I have to do this with great disgust. We should understand this is necessary. This is good for me. Like that. Not that simply to impress others, make a show. That look, I'm a big devotee. Krishna can see through that. It's internal purification, Krishna consciousness. You can cheat everyone, but you cannot cheat Krishna. That's what it means. And at the time of death, it will be shown whether you're fake or real. Okay?
Yeah.
Gabriela says, can you please elaborate on what a powerful preaching implies? Powerful preaching means that that people are becoming devotees. And devotee means strict devotee, not a compromised devotee. If we ourselves compromise, then we'll create compromised devotees. So we must be strong, and then our preaching will be very strong also.
TikTok, ask your questions now.
Yes.
Just asking them to ask their questions. I have a question. Are we supposed to inspire like more senior devotees than us to improve their bhajan, or we just let them do it and assume that they know better?
And that you have to be careful. Senior devotee means he's better than you. So what you have to instruct. That I was explaining yesterday. There's never any point where you become the instructor to a senior devotee. Never. Cannot. When they ask you, that's a different thing. When they ask for help, just like Srila Prabhupada also. Srila Prabhupada is the greatest devotee. But he would also ask his disciples, what do you think, Madhurij Maharaj? What do you think, Harikesh Swami? Should we do like this? Should we do like that? Krishna consciousness is not dogmatic. It is a very dynamic process. So sometimes it's good to discuss. That also applies to the senior devotees. They should involve the junior devotees in discussions on different subject matters. They can get advice from the junior devotees. Just like I don't know what is going on when you cook, right? I rarely cook, pretty much never. So now suppose I want to cook. I'm going to ask you, where do you put the spatula, where you put this, where you do that? It'll be foolish from me. So I know everything. I'm a senior devotee. And then start cooking and mess everything up. Yeah? Any other question?
Yeah. Rajeshvari Devidasi says, how does one know their perfect relationship with Krishna?
Who is asking this?
Rajeshvari Devidasi.
Or relationship with Krishna, you're a servant. That's your relationship. You cannot be the master of Krishna. You're a servant always. Just like a small particle of a machine is serving the whole machine. And when that particle is broken, then he has to be taken out and get fixed.
She's asking, how does one know their rasa?
That will be revealed to you later. Why are you asking this now? That is not really, that is not revealed on the live stream. It's not so cheap subject matter. And then you become a sadhya. You start taking these things cheaply. Oh, I'm a coward boy. I'm a cow in Goloka Vrindavan. And then it turns into craziness. You know, one day you come here for the Bhagavatam class and I'm here on my 4 legs. I say, I'm a cow in Goloka Vrindavan. This madness is going on. There are people like that. Why are you asking this? Read Srila Prabhupada's books. Preach Krishna consciousness. Take care of your sadhana. Why are you wasting time with questions like this? It's not important. When the time is ripe, it will be revealed from within. These things are revealed from within. These are the subjects of realization. It is not the dry jnana, dry information that you simply receive it, through an email or like that. It is realized. You have to realize these things. Theoretically, this will not be enough. You must realize. So that realization is coming, but after Anatta-nivritti stage, all the impurities, when they're purified, then they will automatically become manifested. But now you should not focus on this. It's not important. It's simply diversion. Focus on your sadhana. Focus on hearing from Srila Prabhupada. Hear the Bhagavatam daily. Preach Krishna consciousness.
Nothing else on TikTok.
Okay. Thank you so much. YouTube? Let's see. No. Okay, thank you so much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nidai Gora Premanandi. Namaste Paraya Krishna Bhakti Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Samrita Ramana Namaste Saraswati Guruvani Varachari Vishesha Shravari Paschatari Starine. You can set this up before, so we don't have to delay.
Do we keep TikTok going? Yeah. And how do we keep it going?